Hi Leo, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot readings from the heart. So today is your month ahead, March 2016 reading, month ahead. I'd like to apologise if I'm a little bit late. I've been very busy, guys, with the website and whatnot. So, yeah, I am coming in the early parts of the month, so hopefully you'll appreciate that, at least I am uploading the videos. I would never let anyone down, any of you signs down, because I enjoy doing the running YouTube. And it's given me a lot of opportunities and a lot of help and just a lot of support. So yeah, I'll always be doing these videos for Carol's Universe on YouTube, and I do apologise. Now what I've done is I've already shuffled the cards just a couple of minutes ago. I've done it to save time because I realised I was just shuffling cards and talking shit a lot of the time, Leo. So I just really want to get into the reading because I've got like 7 others to try and upload today. Right, so we know also if you like a private reading with me, guys, you know where to go. You just go to www.carolsuniverse.co.uk and hit me up down below because I have all of the my details on the in the description bar. Okay, so here we go. So for the month of March, it's interesting because your general energy is the 9 of Swords. All right. As you know, I don't want to give bad readings. That's not what I'm about. But I can't lie on cards, and you can't lie with that one. All right, you can't lie with. There's a lot of cards you just can't lie with, and you can't say, oh, you can't turn that around to, oh, you just had a bad dream. It's not about that. This card isn't. It is a bad dreams, but it's more about kind of anxiety and stresses that people feel over things. And sometimes with the 9 of Swords, it's a very intense stress. It's a very intense card because this person literally feels something that is gnawing away at them, and so they're absolutely kind of beside themselves. With sometimes this can mean panic attacks, it can mean panic, it can mean literally feeling that something is consistent. If you look at the swords, they're all above that person's head, so it's all thoughts, and swords are thoughts and a communication, okay? But because this person's got their hand in their head, it's like they don't know how to communicate what they're feeling. So I do feel that this is like a really internal feeling, an internal worry. I feel for the advice card, it's saying 2 things. Yes, there is going to be maybe some worry in March for some of you Leo people, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. The last time I did a reading and Leo didn't like it, I had a few people coming back and saying, what the fuck? It's like, come on, give me a break. I'm just reading what the fuck I see, and that's it. So don't shoot the messenger. I'm sorry, but there's not a lot I can do about it if a card like that comes up. But on the alternative side with that 9 of Swords, it can also mean that you need to ask for help. So I feel that in the month of March, Leo, for some of you guys, yes, there is going to be some worry. There might be some anxiety over something, okay? That's something that you feel is out of your control. But if you look at the red box here, there's a red box, and I don't know whether you guys can see the figures on that red box, but there's 2 people fighting, and one guy hits his opponent down. So really the, whatever it is that's worrying some of you guys in March, really the ethos of that card is saying this too shall pass. So it doesn't have longevity. It's in a moment in time, and with all stresses, all strains, all worries, I feel that we all, we get over it. We do get over it. And I feel that it means to ask for help as well, because the general energy is the King of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. Now, if you look at how those cards are positioned, it's like the King of Cups is keeping a watchful eye on that person there, Leo. So it's like you've got somebody looking over you. Now, the beauty of that is that, you look at a King of Pentacles, and though the King of Pentacles is actually in this reading as well, and though the King of Pentacles is he's very nice, he's very reliable, he's very faithful character, he's a real family man, he can be a Christian, he can be someone who is very solid, someone who is, you can really just rely on. Because he's Pentacles, he can also be somebody who's quite shallow. He can also be somebody who's quite focused on money and material objects. With the King of Cups, it's different, and I notice how different the faces are on the cards. The King of Pentacles I'm looking at here in the reading, he has a very kind of astute, noble look about him. So, to be noble is not to be bad. To be noble is to be regal, and, it's to be kind of royal, and it's to be about the material a lot of the time, the nobility. What is the nobility? The nobility is you know, the higher classes, the higher echelon of society, like royalty and emperors and empresses and all that type of thing. So the King of Pentacles in a way is like that. He is the higher echelon, I feel, of the kings, okay, because he's all about the material. And he's, you know, you look at this card and it looks like he's just got a wealth of gold all over him. You know, he's just doused in things, in possessions. But with the King of Cups, it's different, and this is the guy that's looking over some of you guys this month, Leo. This King of Cups is usually a very, very kind individual, and I see on his face he just has a very warm, sweet, kind. And it's like with the cup, it's really funny what I'm noticing with the cup behind this worker here who's working their heart out. I do feel that this person has a cup that they're ready to offer you a drink. It's almost like he's saying, do you want a drink? Or do you want to take some time out and go and get something to eat? Or do you need to take some time out and go and get, to go and replenish your fluids and that type of thing. So I do feel with those two cards and the way that the king is looking over at that person on the Eight of Pentacles, which in a way I feel it's either, it could be you, but I feel it is you because this is your general energy, Leo, the Nine of Swords. All right, so I feel that, and also the Nine of Swords can be a card about exhaustion. So I do feel for some of you guys, you might be feeling quite exhausted in March. And I feel it might be due to with work, overworking, as we can see in the Eight of Pentacles. But it's like the King of Cups is saying, I'm going to give you some time out here. Now, this could be a doctor. It could be a counsellor. King of Cups is usually referenced as somebody who would work within medicine potentially, but more somebody who helps you emotionally. So somebody who's a counsellor, a psychiatrist, someone who's a healer, someone who deals in a lot of kind of emotional based work sectors, if that makes any sense to you. He can be an artist, he can be a poet, but I feel that this is somebody who's going to be helping you with your emotions, Leo, in the month of March. And I feel that for some of you guys, you might not know that you might not even be aware of this person because your back seems to be turned to him, but this person really wants to help. And I feel that with this Nine of Swords as your general energy, what it's really saying is, there are worries, there are anxieties, but all you need to do is look around and ask for help. Okay, because this too shall pass if you allow yourself to be helped out of a problem. Your general energy, interestingly enough, is the King of Swords. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius individual. And we've also got the Two of Pentacles. Now, sometimes the general energy doesn't have to fit in with what's going on, okay, because I've seen that work that way as well. But it could also say, in another way, that with that Nine of Swords in the advice section, it could be that, yeah, you are worrying over something here because you have to make a choice. The Two of Pentacles is often a card about trying to balance something out. Now, it's not just money. It could be money that you're trying to balance out. Maybe that's why you're so exhausted, because you're trying to maybe for some of you guys, you are handling two jobs. And also, it could be that you're handling work and play at the same time, which is making you feel very exhausted, okay? So you might be trying to balance a work life along with a social life, okay? Or it might be that you don't have enough of, a social life, or one of the other, or one or the other. And, the King of Swords can be a manager. Maybe this is somewhere where you work, and the Devil card can be... So, for example, the King of Swords maybe could be something that you have to do. If it wasn't a person, it could be an energy of having to kind of do things that you have to do, because the King of Swords is swords. So he's all about the logic. He's all about what's in front of his face. He's very much in the present. He's very much in the moment. He's very much about looking at what has to be done now rather than looking at the past. The Devil card is all about attachments, addictions. I feel for some of you guys, you could be trying to deal with addictions as well, maybe in the month of March, because you are worrying here and you are trying to weigh something up here. Okay, and the Eight of Pentacles could be that you're trying to work through something. It doesn't always have to reference work, but it could be that you're trying to work through a situation, okay, and you're diligently working through a situation, and you do have some support behind you with that King of Cups. So I'm seeing with that Devil card, for some of you guys, it might literally be an addiction, okay, and maybe for some of you guys, you are really living the fast life, because the King of Pentacles, along with the It's funny that we don't have the King of Wands here, because I see the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles as kind of the same type of people. They'd almost be like best buddies. But where one is a little bit more responsible, the other one is a little more fast and furious and enjoys the high life. I feel with that Devil card and the King of Pentacles, I mean, they can both reference a Capricorn male as well, okay? So for some of you guys, it might literally be a case of that you are trying to work out what you want in terms of a relationship. Because we do have the Two of Pentacles there, Leo. This is somebody who's trying to weigh something up. And never be fooled because it's pentacles and it's money. It's not always money. It can be literally that you're trying to weigh up your options. Okay, what is the most practical, the most intelligent thing? What is the most responsible thing for me to do? Because remember, the pentacles are all about practicalities. They're all about taking responsibility. They're all about planning forward. They're all about making progress. It's money. It's a material object, okay? It's about looking out. And material objects aren't just clothing. It's not just jewelry. It's not just the house that you have, the car that you drive. It's all about what will work with me, what will work for me in the material world, okay? So what works for me in real life, okay? Not just up here, but literally out there, okay? And what is going to work for me? I mean, it could be that you're addicted to this King of Pentacles, okay? So there is a straight, because I see the Devil is attached to the King of Pentacles. So I feel for some of you guys, it could literally be what the worry is about is that there are potentially two men here. I know it's showing three kings, but for some reason, this King of Cups looks like he might be a friend. He might not be involved in this, okay? What I'm getting is an air sign, an air sign, an earth sign, and a water sign, okay? I'm not getting anything else. I'm getting three kings here, but I feel that one is not involved in the situation. So it could literally be three. I mean, remember, it's a general reading, so it doesn't have to be about boys. It can be about girls as well. These could easily be queens, okay? But they're just showing up as kings, okay? Maybe they're, it's a very strong situation that's being happening at the moment. But I feel that for some of you guys, yes, you are juggling with the idea of two people. I feel that for some of you guys, you might be more attached to one than the other. So for example, for some of you guys, you could be finding a strange attachment with this King of Pentacles, okay? King of Pentacles can be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo individual, okay? If it's the same person as the Devil, then it's a Capricorn male, okay? And it could be that you're trying to juggle two relationships with the King of Swords, who would be a Libra, Gemini and Aquarius male, and also with either a Capricorn or a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus individual. And maybe that's why you have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is not just about worry and anxiety, it's also about guilt. Can be a card that references feeling really, really guilty. And also what I'm noticing is that you do have choices, because we've got the Seven of Pentacles showing up there. So it looks to me for some of you guys, there is maybe a love triangle going on for you this month, Leo, okay? You do have choices, but you don't know which one to go for. And also we are seeing some playing around, because we do have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so I am feeling and I am sensing this month for some of you guys that the likelihood of what it could be is that for some of you guys, you are playing around, and you are playing around, or somebody's playing around on you. It looks like a three-way situation to me. And there is some guilt, or there is some anxiety. If you're the person that's playing around, Leo, then you are guilty. There is an anxiety and worry over this situation because you're feeling guilt. If you're the person who's being played around on, then you're obviously worried about it and heavily concerned. But, key cards for me are the Two of Pentacles in the center of the reading, weighing something up, possibly juggling two relationships. The Seven of Swords, which can be a card about deception and the ideas of messing around, or you're actually doing it. The Seven of Cups, which is a card about having to make a choice, but not knowing what to go for because everything seems quite up in the air. Some of you guys might be looking to take some respite because we do have the Four of Swords there, okay? So you need time out to make a choice over someone. And this would probably reference this advice card as there being some worry and anxiety, but you need to kind of work through it. And I feel the working through it comes with the general energy being the Eight of Pentacles this month. I don't feel that this is, it might be about work, but I don't feel it's necessarily a work reading. I feel that you're trying to work through some issue here, but you do have somebody who seems to support you with the King of Cups. Also, whenever you get sort of King of Cups and maybe the Devil, that does can reference addiction issues, so things like drink. And he does seem to have a lot of water around him, the King of Cups, okay? So maybe for some of you guys, you could be deciding on whether you want to stay in a relationship because your partner might be addicted to drink or, you know, addicted to alcohol, that type of thing. Because we have got the King of Cups in the general energy, but he does sit straight above that Devil card, okay? So I am just getting the sense that there is something to do with playing around this month, Leo, in some of your relationships, okay? Just going to get some clarifying cards over this. Why do we have the Five of Cups and Seven of Swords? Why do we have the Five of Cups and Seven of Swords? Why do we have the Five of Cups and Seven of Swords? Why do we have the Five of Cups and Seven of Swords? Why do we have the Five of Cups and Seven of Swords? Why do we have the Five of Cups and Seven of Swords? The Four of Pentacles. I feel that there's a secret here and it's not being released. I feel that this is behind potentially closed doors. I've seen this card mean closed doors, something that's done behind closed doors. Somebody's not letting something through, okay? It's something that hasn't come out, I feel, for this month. All right, or something that you're worried about letting out. I just want to see why we've got the Devil and the King of Pentacles. Why do we have the Devil and the King of Pentacles? Why do we have the Devil and the King of Pentacles? Why do we have the Devil and the King of Pentacles? Why do we have the Devil and the King of Pentacles? Because of the Ten of Cups. So I feel that for some of you guys, you know, you might be involved in a very strong relationship that it's very difficult to let go of. I feel that this is a family thing for some of you, okay? It could be that you're involved with maybe a married man or maybe a married woman, potentially for the month of March, okay? And this seems to be the reason why you seem to be juggling, okay? What do I do? Do I go with maybe my secret lover, or do I stay with the person that you know, that I've been with for quite a while? So I am sensing here that potentially some of you guys are involved in a love triangle. I don't feel that that both people that you're involved with know about each other necessarily for the month of March. I'm just going to get another one. Why do we have the Seven of Cups and Four of Swords? Why do we have the Seven of Cups and Four of Swords? Why do we have the Seven of Cups and Four of Swords? Why do we have the Seven of Cups and Four of Swords? Because the Six of Wands. You know, I'm sensing it's really weird. It's really, really weird. But I'm sensing kind of a lot of sexual behavior with, for some of you, it could be a lot of sexual behavior with multiple partners. I'm sensing potentially for the month of March. But I'm getting the feeling that for some of you guys, it could be that this King of Cups is a counselor and he's helping you to work through an addiction here. I'm sensing that this King of Cups is helping some of you guys to work through an addiction in this reading, okay? I just feel, because sometimes when you get that Six of Swords guy, he can be somebody who likes conquest and he likes to conquer. And I'm just noticing with that Four of Swords and the Seven of Cups, this could literally be, the Four of Swords can mean a bed and the Seven of Cups can mean options. So sometimes when I've seen that card, it can mean literally somebody is sleeping with or considering having, you know, they've got multiple partners going on. And I feel that this is why we have the Devil card here as well. Okay, I feel that there is some strange, maybe addiction going on to this. I'm sensing a lack of faithfulness for some of you guys in the month of March, to be perfectly honest. And I'm sensing that maybe some of you guys, or maybe your partner, will be going for some sort of counselling over some sexual addiction, maybe, or drink addiction, or something like that. But there's some sort of counselling I'm seeing going on here. I just want to see one more card. Why do we have the King of Swords and the Two of Pentacles? Why do we have the King of Swords and the Two of Pentacles? Why do we have the King of Swords and the Two of Pentacles? Why do we have the Six of Swords and the Two of Pentacles? because of the World. I feel that a decision needs to be made here with that World card. The World card can mean coming to a decision, end of a journey, end of the line. You've learned everything that you need to know. And this is why you're weighing something up here, okay? I feel that it's more on the side, it's more erring on the side that you are trying to work through some issues here, okay? I feel that for some of you guys, if you are involved in a love triangle or you are involved with more than two partners, you're going to be working towards resolving this issue. This is what I'm feeling here. This Six of Wands could also, for me, mean that you will be kind of coming through a challenging period, because the challenge is within the Seven of Cups and that Four of Swords, because you're trying to work something out here. There's taking time out, but also this could show that you're actually moving forward, okay, with a decision that needs to be made in terms of maybe a couple of partners. So I do feel that a journey with somebody, it could be the King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. For some of you guys, Leo, is actually coming to an end, and you will stay faithful maybe to your partner, okay? But I feel that you've been trying to work through some issues here. Why do we have the King of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles? Why do we have the King of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles as a general energy? Why do we have the King of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles? Why do we have the King of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles as a general energy? Yeah, you're seeking help. Six of Cups. You're seeking help and you're seeking support. So I do feel that for some of you guys, the general energy is seek help and seek support. If you do have addictions, if you do have an issue with sex, or potentially kind of having multiple partners, or screwing around, or a lack of faithfulness, that type of thing. This could also mean that you need to focus on the family, potentially, because we've got two family cards in here, the Six of Cups and also that Ten of Cups. So I feel that also it's a case of trying to get back to you and focus on what's really important to you. But Six of Cups is often a card of help, support, that type of thing. So I do feel that that's going to be happening. I just want to have a look, one more look at these two of these cards here. For some of you guys, it's going to be difficult to let go, I feel, maybe of an affair or something, or a situation like that. I feel it's going to be very, very difficult to let go, but you must, okay? Because it's causing you a lot of issues here, I feel, with that Nine of Swords. So that's what I'm feeling, Leo, for some of you guys during the month of March. I am seeing a love triangle. I am seeing maybe some of you guys, or maybe a partner of yours, may be screwing around with several people. I am seeing that maybe some of you guys, or somebody maybe that you know, has some form of addictions that they might need to go and seek some help on. And I am seeing that a decision is made with someone, and I feel that it will be that if you are having an affair with somebody that you know, or your partner's having an affair, that what they'll try and do, or what they'll decide to do, is wrap it up, okay, and basically stay with what they know. You know, they could be staying with what they know for the sheer reasons of, you know, that it's materially comfortable, for example, or that it's something that's very difficult to kind of just move out of. So they've got to end what they need to end with the person that they're having the affair with, i.e. you or somebody else, in order to kind of retain their marriage or their partnership. But I feel it will be purely for superficial reasons that they'll want to retain that, more than love, to be perfectly honest with you, or because it's comfort. They're comfortable in their situation. Leo, that's what I'm seeing for the month of March. I would like to say thank you very much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.